Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I hope you're off to a beautiful start today. It's so good to see you. Thank you for your time. And thank you for your energy. And today, because you asked for it, and because I also think it's super cool, a couple weeks ago, we did a piece on Abraham Maslow and the whole idea of what you can be, you must be. And we had a lot of comments, thousands of views from all over the world. And people were saying, you know what? I want to know more about what that whole idea of Maslow's hierarchy of being is. If you've ever heard, this is basically a psychologist who spent his entire professional career understanding how it is that people who create a life that is exponentially powerful, ones that create a life that they love, they have the peace, they have the power, they have the inspiration, and they're the ones who change the world. But they change it from the inside out. These are people who each and every day have a growth mindset, they're spiritually awake, they're courageous, and how they bring their dharma and their purpose forward. And he made a very important distinction. And this is interesting for all of us, I think, because we are all dedicated to the idea of improving ourselves and developing ourselves, becoming more spiritually and physically and emotionally awake. And that whole idea of self-awareness is what this community is all about. And in that, we often get caught up in what seems to be one of the most popular things that people talk about today in this circle, happiness. And I think happiness is awesome. I love to be happy, and I have days when happiness is spilling out all around me. But there is a deeper level that Maslow spoke to. And this is something I've been really working on, humbly dedicated to, and really give myself permission to envelop myself with what Maslow's deeper understanding of this whole idea of self-actualization and how it's a whole lot deeper than happiness. So if you're kind of thinking, you know, happiness seems pretty conditional for me, and happiness sometimes comes and goes because I let the things around me affect whether or not I'm going to feel good about myself and therefore be happy, how can I actually take a spiritual deepening? The practice of self-actualization is how we do it. And I'm going to share with you how Abraham Maslow and more people who've been following that school of thought define self-actualization, because it's really awesome. It's deeper because it's all about self-fulfillment, growth, and deep meaning of your life's path. Just let that deep meaning of your life's path. I mean, that absolutely makes you happy, no question, but it's the kind of happiness and the depth that isn't based on the conditions around you. Went on to say that the characteristics of the self-actualized person, the one who's dedicated to self-actualization, they're unconventional, they're courageous, they have a student mindset. They're here to grow every single day. High moral character. And he defines that deeper as saying that we know what our integrity is all about, and we are absolutely dedicated. We don't give it away. We don't sell out. We absolutely have this discipline. And discipline simply means being a student of your life. See yourself in the ideas of what makes you come alive and dedicating yourself. That is the classroom. That is the workshop. And then interested, I love this. He also says self-actualized people are imperfectionists. Imperfectionists. They're not perfectionists. In fact, they're the ones who go for it, and they're not afraid to fail. And he went on to say that if we want to experience self-actualization every day, there are 6 things that he saw in his research. And again, this is like one of the top researchers, top spiritually awake and amazing sort of ninjas of people who become the most amazing human beings. And these 6 practices, he said, this is what they're doing every day. They practice non-comparison. You know, if I have to read another study on social media and its relationship to depression because of the self-judgment and the comparison we have when we're on it. Number 2, these are people who experience being true to their self. They're not group thinkers. These are people who, like Robert Frost, they chose the path that is less traveled. And as he said, it made all the difference in their life. They are true to themselves. Number 3, they're present. When they're with somebody, they're not anywhere else. The phone, today it's the phone being made. But back then he said these are people who are big believers in self-efficacy. When they're doing something meaningful, they're doing nothing else. They're not multitaskers. Number 4, they're grateful ahead of time. They wake up in the morning and they know this is who they are. This idea of moral character and integrity and not being afraid to fail puts them forward in a place of gratitude. Number 5, they push their edges. They're not about comfort at all. And number 6, they rejoice in the love of their life. Self-actualization. it's like varsity happiness. It's like a whole evolution of happiness. And I think what a beautiful practice for us today and every day. I believe in you. I love you. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.